The third video is about multiplication. First, the timetables from 1 to 10. Second, multiplication of zero-digit numbers. Third, multiplication of two-digit by a one-digit number. Fourth, multiplication of a two-digit number by a two-digit number. Fifth, multiplication of decimal numbers. Sixth, multiplication of a decimal by a whole number. Seventh, multiplication of fractions. Eighth, multiplication of fractions after simplification. Ninth, multiplication of a fraction by a whole number. And 10th, multiplication of expressions. First, we have the timetables. Timetable of 1. Any number multiplied by 1 is the same number. Like 1 times 1 is 1, 1 times 2 is 2, 1 times 3 is 3, etc. Number 2, the timetable of 2. We have to memorize it very well. Then we have the timetable of 3. Also memorize it very well. Then the timetable of 4. And finally, the timetable of 5. Please pause the screen and start memorizing these 5 timetables very well, because we will use them later. We still have the rest of the timetables from 6 to 10. We have to memorize them all very well. Timetable of 6 and timetable of 7. Start memorizing. Timetable of 8. Timetable of 9. And timetable of 10, which is very easy because we just add 0 to the number. Any number multiplied by 10, just add 0 to the number. Please memorize all these timetables very well before starting any multiplication process. Second, we have the multiplication of a zero-digit number with one-digit number. A zero-digit number is a number that contains 0, like 60. It has a 0. The first thing we do is we put the 0 and then multiply the two other numbers. 6 times 3, we know them from the timetable of 6 or the timetable of 3, is equal to 18. So the final answer is 180. Another example of the multiplication of zero-digit numbers is 20 times 40. First, we put the two zeros. Then we multiply 2 by 4. 2 times 4 equals 8. The answer is 800. Another example of multiplication of zero-digit numbers is 900 times 50. First, we put all the zeros, 3 zeros, then multiply 9 times 5, which is equal to 45. Then the answer is 45,000. Second, we have multiplication of a two-digit number with a one-digit number, like 17 times 3. First, we write them one below the other. Make sure that the smaller number is down, so it makes the multiplication easier. Okay, we start from the right. 3 multiplied by 7 from the timetable of 3 is 21. We write down the 1 and carry up the 2. Then we multiply the 3 by the 1. 3 times 1 is 3. And we already have a 2. 3 plus 2 equals 5. Then the answer is 51. Another example of multiplication of a two-digit number with a one-digit number is 25 times 8. First, we write them one below the other. and start from the right. 8 times 5 from the timetable of 8 is 40. We write the 0 down and carry the 4 up. Then we multiply the 8 by the 2 equals 16, and we already have a 4. 16 plus 4 is 20. Then we write the 20 down. So the final answer is 200. Third, we have multiplication of a two-digit number with a two-digit number, like 52 which has 2 digits times 31 which also has 2 digits. First we write them one below the other, and we start taking the 1 and multiplying it by both upper numbers. 1 times 2 is 2. 1 times 5 is 5. Then, before taking the 3 and doing the same, we must add a 0 under the 2. And then, multiply the 3 by the 2 equals 6, and the 3 by the 5 equals 15. Then we add both lines. 2 plus 0 is 2. 5 plus 6 is 11, 1, and we carry the other 1. 1 plus 5 is 6, and the last one nothing above it, so it comes down as 1. The final answer is 1612. Another example of multiplication of a two-digit number by a two-digit number is 38 times 42. First, we start with the 2. We multiply it by the 8 first, equals 16. 6 down and carry the 1 up. Then multiply the 2 by the 3 is 6, and we already have a 1. 6 plus 1 is 7. So the first line is 76. Then, before starting the second line with the 4, we add a 0 under the 6. Then 4 times 8 is 32. We write the 2 down and carry the 3 up. 4 times 3 is 12, and already we have the 3. 12 plus 3 is 15. The 15 comes down. So the second line is 1520. We add both lines. 6 plus 0 is 6. 7 plus 2 is 9. The 15, nothing above it, comes down as 15. The final answer is 1596. And fourth, we have multiplication of decimal numbers, like 1.2 times 2.3. First, we do the multiplication without the point. So, we multiply 12 by 23. We start from the right. 3 multiplied by the 2 is 6. 3 times 1 is 3. The first line is 36. Then we start the second line. We always start the second line by putting a 0 under the first number. And then 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 1 is 2. The second line is 240. We add both lines. 6 plus 0 is 6. 3 plus 4 is 7. The 2, nothing above it, comes down as 2. The answer is 276. Then we find how many numbers after the point. We have 2 numbers. So we count 2 numbers from the right and put the point. The final answer is 2.76. Sixth, we have multiplication of a decimal number by a whole number, like 2.4, which is a decimal, times 13, which is a whole number. It has no point. First, we remove the point and we do a multiplication without it. 24 times 13. We start from the right. 3 times 4 is 12. 2 and carry 1. 3 times 2 is 6, and we have a 1. 6 plus 1 equals 7. The first line is 72. Then we start the second line by putting a 0 under the 2. Then 1 times 4 is 4. 1 times 2 is 2. Then we add both lines. 2 plus 0 is 2. 4 plus 7 is 11, 1 and carry 1. 1 plus 2 is 3. The answer is 3, 1, 2. Then we find how many numbers after the point we have. We have only one number. So we count one number from the right and put the point. The answer is 31.2. Seventh, we have multiplication of fractions, like 6 over 7 times 2 over 3. We multiply the numerators first. 6 times 2 equal 12, and then the denominators. 7 times 3 is 21. The answer is 12 over 21, but we still can simplify this number. Both numbers are divisible by 3. They are both in the timetable of 3. 12 divide 3 equal 4, and 21 divide 3 equals 7. The final answer after simplification is 4 over 7. Another example of multiplication of fractions is 5 over 8 times 6 over 5. 5 times 6 equals 30. 8 times 5 equals 40. The answer is 30 over 40, but still we can simplify it. The 0 goes with the 0, so the answer is 3 over 4. Another example of multiplication of fractions is 2 over 5 times 5 over 9. 2 times 5 is 10. 5 times 9 is 45. But we still can simplify them. Both are in the timetable of 5. 10 divide 5 is 2. 45 divide 5 is 9. The answer is 2 over 9. 8. We have multiplication of fractions after simplification, like 6 over 12 times 3 over 9. We look first at the first fraction. The 6 and the 12 both are in the timetable of 6, so we can simplify them by dividing them both by 6. 6 divided 6 is 1, 12 divided 6 is 2. Then the 3 and the 9 both are in the timetable of 3, so we simplify them by dividing by 3. 3 divided 3 is 1, 9 divided 3 is 3. The two new fractions are 1 over 2 times 1 over 3. We multiply the numerators. 1 times 1 equals 1, and then the denominators. 2 times 3 equals 6. The final answer is 1 over 6. Another example of multiplication of fractions after simplification is 25 over 8 times 16 over 5. The 25 and the 8 cannot be simplified. They are not in the same timetable. So we can simplify the 25 with the 5. They are both in the timetable of 5. 25 divided 5 is 5. 5 divided 5 is 1. Then we simplify the 16 and the 8. They are both in the timetable of 8. 8 divided 8 is 1. 16 divided 8 is 2. Then we multiply the new numerators. 5 times 2 equals 10 over the new denominators. 1 times 1 equals 1. The answer is 10 over 1, which means 10. Ninth, we have multiplication of fractions by a whole number, like 2 over 9, which is a fraction, times 4, which is a whole number. First, we change the 4 into a fraction by putting it over 1. Then we start multiplying the numerators. 2 times 4 equals 8, and then the denominators. 9 times 1 equals 9, so the answer is 8 over 9. 9. 10th, we have multiplying expressions, like 5x times 2x. 5 times 2 is 10. X times x is x to the power of 2. The answer is 10x to the power of 2. 9a times 3a. 9 times 3 is 27. A times A is A to the power 2. The answer is 27, A to the power of 2. 6B times 2A. 6 times 2 is 12. B times A remains as it is, AB or BA. So the answer is 12AB or 12.